Hey everyone, we're going to be working on our first circuit today called the sensor badge circuit. So for this we're going to need our Arduino, which is in this box right here. We're going to need one of our breadboards right there. You're going to need some red and black wire. You're going to need your wire strippers. One resistor from your pack. One LED from your bag of LEDs. Doesn't matter what color. Your battery pack. And a pack of batteries. Okay? So, I'm going to put all this over to the side. The first thing that we're going to need is the Arduino. Now, this Arduino is a little microcontroller. So, these yellow parts with the holes in it, those are called pins. And if you look really closely on one side, there are numbered pins. And then on the other side, there are some other pins with different names like A0, A1, right? But for today, we're just going to be using this side with the numbers. The next thing that we're going to want is grab some red wire. And we're going to cut and strip a little bit of red wire. It's about 2 inches. For me, it doesn't have to be exact. I like to measure it about to my middle knuckle. We're going to take our wire strippers. If you look really closely at the bottom here, that's where we're going to cut wire. And then these holes, when I close it, there are different size holes. Those different size holes are going to help us strip the wire. So first, I'm going to cut the wire. I just kind of hold it off to one side, give it a cut. Now I have a small piece of wire that's about the size of my finger. Now I'm going to close this, and if you can see, if I hold it the right way, there are different numbers, and we're actually going to use the hole that corresponds to 0.35 or 22 on the other side. What I'm going to do is pinch it so that I have just a little bit showing on one side, and then I take one hand and pull away from each other, and you'll see that it strips down to the metal. Then I do that for the other side as well. So right here I line it up with the 0.35 and strip. Okay, and there you go. 1 and 2. Alright, so both sides of my red wire are stripped. We're going to do the exact same thing for our black wire. Right? So I'm going to take my black wire, I'm going to unfold a little bit. You're going to want a little bit more black wire than red wire. So I do like my entire finger, like that. Push it all the way down to the bottom, make sure my fingers aren't in the way. There you go. And now same thing. I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to strip by going into the 0.35 slot. Pull it. And there's my little metal piece. And do the same thing over here. Put it in the 0.35. Pull it away. And there we go. We got a black wire with both sides stripped. So, I now have my Arduino and 2 wires. If you want, you can kind of clear this out. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our breadboard and we're going to pull it, put it right there. And now we're going to plug our red wire right into pin 13. Okay? So that right there should be pin 13. Okay. Now we're gonna roll oop, mine came out. That's okay. Just put it back into pin 13. You're gonna kind of bend it up and you're gonna plug it in to any row on your breadboard. All right. So now whatever is coming from pin 13 is now the electricity is all going through this row. So the next thing we're gonna want is one of our resistors. Now these resistors, their legs are really long, so we're actually going to clip it. And the way I like to measure the clip is like about the size of my pinky, like that. So I'm going to clip both legs, 1 and 2, and then you're going to bend the rest of the metal down so that it sort of looks like a staple. Okay? And you're gonna very carefully put this in the same row as that red wire. And then go across this middle channel here and plug it in to the row directly across the middle channel. So now we have this right there is connected. It goes through the resistor, and now this row is connected. Now it's time to take our LED. Now if you look really closely at the LED, you'll see that one leg is longer than the other, right? So this leg is longer than that leg. So you're going to take your long leg and plug it in the same row as your resistor, and then the short leg is going to go in the row right above it. Okay? Now, finally, almost done. You're going to take your black wire. And the black wire, the first thing you're going to do is plug it right next to the short leg of your LED. All right? It's going to go right in there. And then, if I bring this up, there should be a pin, if I can get it to focus, there we go. That's right above pin 13 that says GND. That's where we're going to plug the black wire into. Okay. Here we go. Now it's time to test it out. everything is going correctly, my LED will blink on and off. So I take my battery pack and batteries, and the flat side always goes next to the spring. So you push it, boom, do that for all four. And then you're gonna take this, plug it right in there, and look at that! My LED is blinking. Good job. And there you have it. You finished the sensor badge circuit. Good job.